Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into something truly heartwarming and nostalgic. A game that many of you might remember from your childhood or have played with your little ones. It's called Grandma's Garden, a charming educational game filled with bright colours, fun activities, and lovable characters. At first glance, it looks like a simple kids' game, but as we explore deeper, you'll be surprised at how much detail, creativity, and even a few hidden secrets are tucked away inside this wholesome little world. So sit back, relax, and let's step into Grandma's magical garden together. Grandma's Garden starts off with a cheerful scene of Grandma and Grandpa welcoming you into their backyard garden. Everything feels cozy and safe, wrapped in bright primary colors and gentle music that instantly gives off a comforting vibe. The game was originally designed for preschoolers to learn basic skills like counting, matching, shapes, colors, and even a bit of spelling. But what makes it special is the storytelling woven into each activity. Each level or mini-game feels like a new adventure, guided by Grandma's warm voice encouraging you every step of the way. It's not just about learning. It's about exploring a world filled with joy and kindness. The early levels in Grandma's Garden introduce you to the basics of gardening and nature. One of the first activities is called Plant the Seeds, where you tap on small garden plots to plant different kinds of vegetables and flowers. You'll hear Grandma say things like, "Great job, dear," or "That's how you grow carrots." Each plant has its own sound effects. The corn rustles, the tomatoes plop into the basket. All these little touches make the garden feel alive. A subtle secret here is that if you plant certain seeds in a specific order, a small rainbow butterfly appears on the screen. It doesn't serve a gameplay purpose, but it's one of those Easter eggs that reward curiosity. As you progress, you'll reach levels like pick the veggies, feed the bunny, and find the matching fruits. Each one teaches a simple concept, but there's also an element of discovery. In Pick the Veggies, for example, if you tap Grandma's hat too many times, she giggles and throws her hat into the air. In Feed the Bunny, if you feed the rabbit all the carrots without missing any, the bunny does a happy dance that only shows up once per session. These small animations are like hidden treasures for kids to find, encouraging them to play again and again just to see what else they might uncover. One of the most charming parts of the game is the Magic Garden level. After completing a set of activities, Grandma invites you to her secret patch of magical plants. Here, the flowers sparkle and the fruits glow softly in pastel shades. The music changes to a dreamy lullaby-style tune, creating a calm atmosphere. There's a hidden Easter egg here that many players might miss. If you touch the glowing flower in the top corner 3 times, a tiny fairy appears and waves before flying off. It's one of those small moments that feels like a reward for paying attention. It doesn't add points or change gameplay, but it adds depth and wonder to the world. As you move further, you'll meet Grandpa, who has his own set of mini-games, like catch the falling apples and sort the chulls. He's more playful and sometimes jokes with the player, creating a nice balance with Grandma's gentle teaching tone. In Grandpa's section, there's a secret if you tap the chul box repeatedly before the level starts. The lid pops open and a tiny mouse peeks out, squeaks, and then disappears. It's a delightful surprise for anyone curious enough to experiment. These small hidden details show that the developers really cared about engagement and imagination, even in such a simple educational title. Another level worth mentioning is the Garden Maze, where you guide a friendly caterpillar through twisting paths to find its way to a leaf at the other end. This level teaches problem solving and direction. But it also hides a fun secret if you take the longest possible path instead of the shortest. Grandma rewards you with an extra cheerful line that says, "Sometimes the scenic route is the best route." It's a sweet message about patience and enjoying the journey, something that really fits the spirit of the game. Then there's Water the Flowers, a peaceful, almost meditative mini-game. You hold down your watering can and sprinkle each flower until it blooms. But here's the secret. If you water one flower for too long, it grows into a giant flower twice as big as the others and releases sparkling petals. It's small, it's beautiful, and it makes kids gasp in delight. That sense of surprise is what makes Grandma's Garden memorable. It turns ordinary moments into magical ones without needing complex mechanics or flashy graphics. One of the later activities, the Veggie Parade, is perhaps the most colourful of all. Once you've completed several lessons, the vegetables you've grown line up and start marching to a happy tune. Carrots tap their feet, tomatoes spin, and corn waves its leaves. But if you tap Grandma's apron during the parade, she joins in and dances too, something many players might never notice unless they're just randomly exploring. It's another clever little secret that encourages playful curiosity. Beyond the mini-games, Grandma's Garden hides some broader secrets too. If you complete every activity without making a mistake, the garden background subtly changes. The sky turns from light blue to a golden sunset, symbolizing the end of a successful day. And if you replay the game multiple times, you'll notice that the flowers you've planted earlier seem to grow taller or bloom in different colors. It gives a quiet sense of progress, even though the game doesn't have traditional levels or scores. It's almost as if Grandma's world remembers your kindness and care. The charm of Grandma's Garden doesn't stop with gameplay. The voice acting, gentle music, and bright illustrations all combine to make something timeless. It's not a flashy or competitive game, and that's exactly what makes it special. It invites you to slow down, smile, and feel good while learning something new. For young players, it's their first taste of responsibility and nurturing, taking care of plants, feeding animals, and celebrating small successes. For parents or older players revisiting it, it's a wave of nostalgia and warmth, a reminder of simpler times when games focused on imagination rather than high scores. Many fans of the game have shared their own discoveries over the years. Some noticed that Grandma's scarf changes color every time you restart the game, cycling through soft pastel shades. Others found that if you leave the game idle for too long, Grandma hums a lullaby to remind you to come back. There's even a hidden screen that shows Grandma's cat sleeping under a tree if you wait on the title screen for about a minute. These subtle details aren't necessary for gameplay, but they make the world feel alive and cared for. What's truly impressive is how the developers managed to make a simple educational game feel magical without overwhelming the player. The secrets and Easter eggs in Grandma's Garden aren't about hidden points or unlockable achievements. They're about sparking curiosity, rewarding exploration, and creating moments of wonder. They teach kids that paying attention and being kind to the world around them leads to discovery, which is such a positive lesson both inside and outside the game. So as we wrap up this review and look back on Grandma's Garden, it's clear that this little game holds a special place in many hearts. Its combination of gentle learning, hidden surprises, and loving atmosphere makes it stand out even years after its release. It's not just a game about gardening. It's a game about care, patience, and finding joy in the small things. Whether you're introducing it to a child or just revisiting it yourself for nostalgia's sake, Grandma's Garden continues to bloom with charm and hidden magic. And that's all for today's video. If you enjoyed this look into the world of Grandma's Garden and its delightful secrets, don't forget to leave a like, share it with someone who might remember it, and subscribe for more cozy game reviews and explorations. Until next time, take care, stay curious, and keep growing your own little garden of happiness.